What's up people, I hope you're all doing well, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how we can make some very easy and simple designs inside of Canva and then actually convert them into designs that will sell well on RedBubble in order to make some money online. Now, the aim for these designs is to create them with the top selling products of RedBubble in mind, which actually happens to be things such as t-shirts, hoodies, phone cases and stickers, and generally the designs that we create out of Canva are typically used from the square or rectangular templates, and while this is fine for some of the products of RedBubble, we actually want to go ahead and create the best designs that we can for some of the top selling products on that platform. So in order to do this, we will need to actually export our designs as PNG files. This way the background is actually removed from some of our designs, and this way these designs can then be taken over to some of these top selling products on RedBubble and they will look so much better suited and more professional. So what I'm going to do is actually show you guys a process of me creating a design inside of Canva, and then once I've created that design, I will show you how to actually export it out of Canva and also show you a few other tweaks that could help if you do run into any problems, and then from there I'll actually show you how you can apply this design to some of the listings on RedBubble and how to actually edit it and make sure it fits within some of those top selling products. Okay, so here I've just opened up Canva on my screen, and the first thing I'm going to do is open up a square template for this design. And as a simple approach to this design, what I'm going to do is actually go ahead and see what actually has some relevance in today's market, and by this I just simply mean as in what is trending. This way I know that when I do create this design and I upload it to RedBubble, I know that this will actually be highly searched within Google and RedBubble. So I'm currently checking to see what sort of tags and trends that I can find online, and to do this I've actually used a RedBubble search tool, and the one that I've used is Bubble Search, but I mean you guys can use any of the different ones that you search for on Google, but in this instance I've actually come across a lot of tags that are tailored towards the St. Patrick's Day, which is coming up in the middle of March, and being that it's now coming up to the end of February, this gives me around 2 to 3 weeks to sort of prep some designs, put them up on RedBubble and have it ready to be sold. So I think this is a perfect opportunity, seeing as I can actually have this all uploaded, ready to go for people to obviously search online and then buy things such as stickers, t-shirts, gifts and things of that nature. So this is perfect timing, and I think this would be a great direction for this design. Okay, so now that I obviously have a topic in mind and a direction for my design, I'm actually going to go ahead and get creating, and I'll check in with you guys once it's all done. Okay, so now that I have my design finally finished, what I can do from here is begin to start to think about how I'm actually going to go ahead and export this design to ensure that it will actually fit and suit all of these top selling products that I mentioned earlier on, which is obviously stickers, t-shirts, hoodies, phone cases and things of that nature. So what we're going to want to do is actually go in and export this as a PNG. This way it will actually then be saved with a transparent background, and it won't actually include this white background that we see here. So to do so, we're going to go to the top right corner here, click download, make sure that PNG is selected from this drop down box. Once that's done, then obviously check the transparent background box as well, and when it comes to size, you can obviously max it out, but personally I would recommend maybe just going for about 10,000 by 10,000 pixels. Once you've done that, click the download button and you'll be good to go from there. So here you can see that I've just opened up the design, which has now obviously been exported as a PNG file, and you can tell because it's actually showing a black or greyish background, which is basically an indicator that it's a PNG file and it's actually transparent. But in some cases I will say that your designs actually may need to be exported as a PNG and then actually put back into Canva and have the background removed from a background remover tool and then exported as a PNG, because I know for a fact that some designs that I create, I like to use some shapes to mask certain parts of the design, and when doing this you're obviously then putting a block of information or a graphic into the design, and if you export this straight away as a PNG, that block or shape will obviously show with the transparent background. So let me give you a quick example just in case you're not too sure what I'm talking about. So I'll quickly make a design where this may apply, and if it does apply and you find yourself needing to do this strategy as well or this method, this will obviously then come in handy. Okay, so here I've just opened up a design from my previous video, and this would be a great example just to show you what I'm talking about. So let's say that these lines on the outside of the square, you don't want them to be there. But obviously, let's say that this was an element and these lines were all attached as one. You could, yes, crop them, but in some cases these shapes, you can't crop them, as you may crop a corner that you want to keep, or you only want to take a slight section out. So just as an example, I'll show you what you can do here. You can use a shape to obviously cover the section of the design or the element of the design that you no longer want to be there. So here I'm going to cover it up with two black rectangles on either side of this square. Okay, so now that I've covered up the lines on the outside of the square, what I'm going to do is try and actually download it as a PNG, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so now that I've opened up as a PNG, you can kind of see what I mean. So obviously this black background shows which is the transparent background. As you can see, those black squares have actually come up, sorry, the black rectangles. So you can actually see that they're now showing. So if we were to upload this to RedBubble, these black rectangles will actually appear on the designs, which is obviously what we don't want. So to get rid of this, what we're going to do is actually download the whole design itself as a JPEG. So here I've just uploaded the JPEG file into Canva and now dragged it into our template file. So what we're going to do is adjust the JPEG file to make sure it's the same size as the template. What you're then going to want to do is click on Edit Image, Background Remover, and then what this is going to do is actually remove all the black background for us, and we shouldn't be left with those black rectangles anymore. And then from there, once that has been done, we can then obviously download it as a PNG, and it should be perfect and ready for it to go. Now that we can see the PNG file has been downloaded, we can actually tell that we can no longer see these black rectangle boxes, and as you can see, all of the design around is now of that grey color, which obviously means it's now transparent. So from here, what I'm going to do is actually take that St. Patrick's Day design over to RedBubble, and then I'm actually going to show you guys how you can edit your designs to make sure that they're positioned as best as possible on these top selling products. This way you guys can obviously make as much money as possible and optimize your designs. I do actually want to quickly mention that there is a Canva Pro subscription that you guys can use, which may actually help you in this process. So there is a link down in the description which gives you a 30-day trial. So that's great if you want to give that a go. You know, give it a try for 30 days. If it's not for you, then cancel well before the 30 days and that'll be fine. Okay, so this is an example listing for when you guys do upload to RedBubble. So here I've actually already gone ahead and uploaded the design. I've given it a title which obviously matches the design and is relevant. I've then actually given the design some tags as well, and you guys can do this from any of the RedBubble search tools that I mentioned earlier, but the one that I've used actually has a tag generator. So in here I managed to type in St. Patrick's Day, and it's actually already given me a bunch of good keywords and tags to use. So I've copied these and put them into the tags, and in this instance I would actually recommend maybe trying 2 different or 3 different keywords to get the tags, and then just pick the most important key tags or relevant key tags from there and make sure to put it in your tags box there. And then as for the description, this is where you guys can go a bit more in detail. Now onto the placement of our designs in relation to the products that we're going to be selling. So in this example, I'm going to use the t-shirt. And so as we can see, my design here is quite central on the t-shirt, and we can obviously then position this differently. We can scale it differently. We can also change the color of the t-shirt if we don't think it matches the color of our design. So what I'm going to do here is slightly raise the design up. I'm also going to make it slightly larger, raise it up again, and what you're going to want to do is make sure to center it after you've been moving it. So horizontally, sorry. So go up, center it, perfect. And then what obviously we can do is change the color of the t-shirt. So I don't think it looks great in black, grey. So I actually think it looks perfectly fine in white, so you can then click apply changes, and then that will be that done. Just to give you guys another quick example, I'm going to use the phone case. So as you can see here, the design alone has actually been scaled to a size that doesn't really fit the phone case. So again, click edit. What we're going to do is scale it down slightly. We can use this as an example to show us how it will look. So you can keep going. That's perfect. So you want to center it horizontally and vertically. And then obviously you can set the background, so we can change the color of the phone case. And again, I actually think it looks quite nice with a white color. So that's really how easy it is. And obviously once you're happy with the scale and the position of the design, the color, you can obviously then make sure that it has been enabled. And then from there you guys can obviously continue and make sure to apply this to each one of the products. But I will actually quickly mention that you should keep in mind that some products may not actually suit the design that you've created. So don't just enable it or edit the design to suit that product if just for the sake of it, because you're not really doing any good by doing that, because no one's going to buy the product. And what I mean by this is, use my design as an example. I really don't think anyone is going to buy a jigsaw puzzle of this design when half of the pieces are just going to be pure white, so it just doesn't make sense. So in this instance I would actually disable this product regardless. So don't just tick in like every single product that you can. Make sure that your design is actually suited to the product, and obviously this is just common sense. You guys will know what products to pick based on your designs. But anyway, once you guys have gone through and picked all the products that are best suited for your designs, and you've gone and edited them and made sure that they look as professional as possible, you can come down to the bottom and deal with the last sort of steps. So obviously here you tick off the media that's best suited for your design. You pick a product that you think will look best on your storefront to represent this design. You then click anyone can view your work. Is it mature content? Well, you decide that, but in this case it's no. And then you click that you have the right to sell this design. Once you've done that, you can save the work, and then this will obviously then make your products and your designs live on RedBubble, and then hopefully you guys will start to make some money from here. And then you can just sit back and relax and do what you want. Or you can get back on Canva and start to make some more designs and actually improve your odds of getting some more sales. But obviously that's your choice. But anyway, thank you for sticking around and watching all the way through, and I really do hope that you guys were able to take something away from this video and get some valuable information from it. And I mean, if you do have any questions, obviously feel free to let me know down below in the comments, and I will try to get back to you guys as quickly as I can. So with that, I really do hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe and all that good stuff. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.